Hello, 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 everybody out there. How is everybody doing today on this Wednesday, November 15th? How's everybody doing today? Everybody's doing fine. I'm trying to connect to Instagram land, and I don't know what's happening, but they're giving me the busy. So I don't know what's happening to Instagram land, but we are trying to get them together, trying our best to assist here to see if we can get them, but I don't know. Well, I guess we're going to try Instagram Lamb later because they're not seeming they want to connect with us today. Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to keep going on with it. They have to catch us later. It is what it is. So, hello, everybody. And how's everybody doing out there? I'm sorry, out Instagram Lamb. We'll catch you later. But somehow they don't want to connect with us today, but we're going to do the best we can with what we are have. So, my name is Coach Dawn Allen, and I am the CEO of Stay Sexy Wellness. And how is everybody doing today out there? Let me show one more time that we have Instagram land here. It's there. Live. Okay, well, tried our best at this. Okay, well, we're doing what we can. Well, okay. Well, you guys are here. What else? And thank you. And thank you. I'm happy you are here with me with 126 episodes. You're rocking with me. For those who have been doing it, I thank you. I appreciate it. I could not do it without you. And those who are new, welcome to the Coach Dawn Allen podcast, number 126. And the episode is 5 ways you can show support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I'm saying we're not just going to celebrate or talk about it or be aware just for the month of October, but this is the month of October is dedicated especially for breast cancer awareness. Okay. So like I said, my name is Coach Dawn Allen, and what I do, well, I help middle-aged women who are want to become fit, fine, fabulous, and so sexy, loving themselves from the inside out by making small changes, more changes in nutrition, in self-care, in physical activity, so they can be fit, fine, fabulous, and so sexy, loving themselves from the inside out. That's what I do. And how I started that, well, at one time I was very overweight. I felt slow. I felt sluggish. I had brain fog, and one of the things that really got me was when I was walking, I would walk and I would just lose balance. My knees would just collapse with no warning. And it bothered me. It didn't stop me from doing anything. I kept doing what I was doing. I didn't make any changes, even though I felt terrible. I hated looking in the mirror of myself. I hated my clothes that were getting too tight on me. I when I get in the picture or hide behind somebody, I didn't like the way I looked, but I did nothing about it. I just kept going on, just doing what I was doing, feeling terrible, sluggish, slow, no energy, no drive. But until one day, I was home and the Lord told me to get on the scale. When I got on the scale, I seen this number, 203, 203 pounds. I could not believe it because I said I would never, ever, 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 ever weigh 200 pounds. Not me, not she, not I. But I was that person. I was 200 pounds. I was like, how did I get here? How did I get here? But I remember the doctor was saying for every year you gain 1 to 2 pounds. 1 to 2 pounds every year. So I'm like, wow, So that's what happened. I gained 1 or 2 pounds. I did the math. And the math was mathing. So it was about 60 pounds. So I'm like, okay. So I said, what do I do, Lord? So the Lord guided me. He said, go to your computer, and I went to the computer. I didn't really know what I was looking for, but I just listened to the Lord. And then I came across this school that resonated with me. I signed up, I took the classes, and after a while, I was the integrated nutrition health coach. So I took the course, I was, taking the lessons and really studying real hard. I studied real hard, and before I knew it, I lost 20 pounds. I'm like, wow, this stuff really works. I learned what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, and that's great. But I really wasn't doing everything. I wasn't doing all the self-care part. I wasn't doing all the lifestyle changes I needed to do. So I added physical activity. So when I add the physical activity, I lost now 30 pounds. So I'm like, yes. So I see, if I can do this, I can show others how to do the same thing that I did. So that's why I'm here. And I started Stay Sexy Wellness because, well, I wanted to help others. Well, that was like me that was overweight and, want to get their sexy back. That's just how it is. We might have lumps, bump, dents, but we still are beautiful people. And we do for others. Now sometimes it's time to do for ourselves. Because I don't know about you. I retired recently, but I know when I retired, I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be tired. I don't want to have to be tired and have to go to the doctors every other week. My dad did that. He retired. And he had to go to the doctors every other week to see if he needed a blood transfusion. And that was his quality of life. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to have to work 40, 60 years and then I retire. Then I retire and I have to go to the doctors every 2 weeks. That's not what I want. So I don't want that for you either. I want you to, when you retire, to be the best you, to do the things that you always wanted to do. So that is why I'm here. And like I said, today's episode is 5 ways you can show support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I'm going to give you a little statistics before we start, okay? So 334 new cases of breast cancer in the U.S. this year. 334,000. That's crazy, right? And out of that percentage, or that large number, 316,950 are invasive, which means they had some awareness. They did do the things they had to do, but they're still here with us, okay? And 59,080 new cases, they were called ductal carcinoma. So I guess, those were the more serious stages. And out of that percentage, 0.12 of the year are men too. So men do have breast cancer. It's not as large as women, but they do have men that do have breast cancer. So I shut that out to you. So what I was doing, I researched. I did found a lot of slogans that I thought was kind of interesting. Before I start, I forgot to tell you that this Friday is Pink Friday. Okay, so let me tell you some of the slogans that I've seen. I've seen and heard. Okay, it says awareness is the first step towards a cancer-free future. Early detective saves lives. Hope is a superpower. No one fights alone. That's definitely. Spread hope, not fear. Cancer is tough, and so are you. A cure worth fighting for. And cancer is a word, not a sentence. Cancer is a word, not a sentence. I thought that was really, really dynamic, really, really powerful. That last one, that cancer is a cure. And I found some funny ones, a little bit more funny. But some people like humor. These are big or small. Let's save them all. Check yourself on the front and pat yourself on the back. And breast friends get screened together. So I just wanted to share some of those slogans that I see on people that I've seen. I thought it was really kind of cool. So let me tell you a little bit more, get into more of 5 ways that we can help. Okay. Number 1, wear pink. Wear pink. You probably figure how did pink come about? Well, I'll tell you a little bit how it came out. So how it came out was that in 1991, Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation launched Race for the Cure. And they gave out pink ribbons. And they gave out pink ribbons because pink means hope and support. And also we think of pink, people think of femininity. They also think of compassion. And they think of cure and care. I think of care. So that's how she came up with the color pink. Okay. So like I said before, this Friday is Pink Friday. You also may hear Friday for the fight. You also may hear Stand Strong for Friday. So those are just some things you may hear, but this Friday, wear your pink, okay? Alrighty. So wear pink. So that's number 1, wear pink. Number 2, help a cancer patient. Okay, so some of the ways you can help, okay, you can listen to them. Okay. Cook for them, prepare meals, walk their dog, clean their house, take it to doctor's appointments. Uh, do something they want you to do, and maybe just watch a movie. Maybe they don't only do anything. Just be there for them in case they needed something for you. And did you know that some of the chemotherapy places that they go to, the centers, they may want you to make donation of wigs, donation of scarves, hats, and clothing. So that's one thing that you could do. What I did for somebody, I donated 1 week of my vacation to this person, so they were able to have an extra week to rest and get healthy. I donated a week vacation. So tell me, put in the chat, first of all, where you are hailing from, where you're viewing from, and if you have any suggestions of your own that some good ideas that you may think of to help somebody. I'm looking in the chat real quick. I see anything here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, Miss. I see Jacksonville in the house. I see New York in the house. I see Tampa in the house. Hey, hey. Cool, cool. All right. So can you put in the chat, do you have any ideas that you may some ideas to help somebody you know, or something, maybe something that you did for somebody who had cancer? I know that for me, for my mom as well, I had to take her to the doctors. Actually, she flew in from Bermuda. She stayed for, I don't know, 2 months, couple of months. Then I took her to her doctor's appointments. I took her to for surgery. I did all of that. You know, whatever she needed, I did for her. It was not, anyway, it was love. My mom, of course, I'm gonna do that. Yeah. But she may want to go out to dinner sometimes, get out the house. And sometimes they just want to be left alone. So you guys have any ideas that, a cancer walk? Yeah. Yep. Donate blankets. Oh, I like that. Donate some blankets. Nice. That's some good ideas. So put in the chat some more ideas. I love it. Raise awareness. Definitely. Okay. So let me go to number 3. Number 3 is educate yourself. Educate yourself. And you know what? That is a big thing because, finding out the things we're supposed to do. Women, we have to go do our mammogram, and we have to also do our body checks to be sure that, anything that feels unnormal, just check it. Don't, just check it. You don't want to be, it's nothing, and then sometimes it is something. Because for my my grandmother on my mom's side, she never ever went to a doctor before. Never ever. Back in that time, they're more about the children. They don't really worry about themselves as much. And I believe if she had early awareness, she would have lasted. She would have been lasting longer. But yeah, so as far as my family and my cancer, my grandmothers on both sides had some aunties, some cousins that they fought the good fight, and my relatives that had more awareness, had more time, they're the ones that are still with us. They might have had a little fight, but the ones I think had the most time to fight are the ones that are still here. The ones that maybe didn't check early enough or avoided it or just ignored it. Those are the ones that my family members, I think, that are gone. Or those ones that did know but fought a very long time. So yeah, awareness is definitely. Can you put in the chat? Has anybody lost anybody to cancer? I'm sure everybody lost somebody. That's just disease. It's so overwhelming that it affects somebody. It affects everybody, actually. So I see that. I see for some other ideas. Sit with people, write letters and donate cards to be given out while treatment is being tendered. Donate hair. Oh, I love that. Donate hair. That's a good idea. Or you donate wigs. That's great. Thank you so much. Those are really great ideas. Very good ideas. Thank you so much. Okay, number 4. So number 4 is spend wisely. So people, like I said, we told you, wear pink. You can buy the pink t-shirts or jackets, whatever, hats. And there's nothing wrong with that. So some people, when they do sell these things, they sell it for marketing purposes only. And some people, they sell the merchandise so they can make money. So you either can, be careful, be mindful, because some people say, oh, I'm selling this stuff and I'm going to donate the money for a cancer donation, but they're not really doing that for cancer donation, just for themselves. So if you going to buy and someone says it's for, the money go to a cancer donation, just verify. Don't just take the word for it. Verify that the money is really going towards what they say it's going for, okay? And number 5, you can also directly give money directly to some type of institution. Or, okay, you could also fundraise yourself and fundraise the money and donate the money as well. Now, there are some organizations that are doing some research. So, they also need donations for research. And one of the major companies is the National Foundation for Cancer. They're always needing donation because they're always have people as advocates researching for the cure for cancer. So like I said before, number 4 is spend wisely. If you're going to buy merchandise and they say that the remainder of the money or the contributions is going to a certain organization, be sure that they're legit, not just marketing and just taking their money for themselves. And number 5 is directly fund research. So directly fund research initiatives. Some people do fundraisers. Some people do fundraisers to raise money and donations, stuff like that. They have sporting events. They have art events like that. Yes. Thank you, Mr. DJ. So yes, those are some things that you can do to raise money for research. Like I said, you can do it directly, or you can also do your own fundraisers. So those are my 5 things. Like I said before, 1 is wear pink, 2 is help a cancer patient, 3 is educate yourself, 4 is spend wisely, and 5 is directly fund research initiatives. So those are my 5. And don't forget that this Friday is Pink Friday, or Friday for the Fight, or Stand Strong for Friday. But this Friday, you wear your pinks to support cancer awareness. And also going to say next Thursday at 7 o'clock, I'm having a masterclass. It's called Clear for Takeoff, your weight loss fight plan. Clear for takeoff, your weight flight plan in 5 steps. That's going to be Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. The registration link is in my bio. So get ahead and sign up, everybody. So I'm hoping I gave value. If I did drop a V, drop value. If you can relate to anything, please drop a V or R, so I know that I gave value to you for this cancer awareness podcast. Oh, all I have to say is goodbye for now, and see you later.